All right, so if you are attracting bad things into your life, situations, circumstances that you absolutely do not desire, there is a huge possibility that you have internal blocks. You are struggling internally. Your subconscious has energetic blocks that you need to handle. The way we do this is through meditative practices. Okay, so we want to become mentally present. We want to transcend dimensions. We want to separate from this consciousness into pure consciousness, into the state of I am. Once we've done that, it doesn't matter if you try or you don't try. It doesn't matter. Let go of control. Then it deletes all trying, all of that. Just let go of control. Sit there, dive deep into your subconscious, no matter how scary it is, no matter how much your ego fights against you because it's just trying to protect you. Dive deep in through your meditation. Dive deep into your subconscious, and all of these things that may be holding you back will be there. They will present themselves automatically, okay? So here's what you will do. You will begin meditating. During your meditation, things will pop up. And the way you can see them clearly is because you are in the eye of the storm. You are in the center of the hurricane. Things will come into your view, and it's your job to not emotionally react to them or run off with them with thoughts and all these emotions. No. You stay centered. Allow these situations to present themselves. You will create the space between you and the pain. Once the space is created, it doesn't affect you anymore, okay? Now, it's very important that you experience it fully. Here's a good example. When I was in high school, I got picked on a lot. I was bullied a lot. And there were moments where I was so embarrassed in front of crowds of people, like just brutal embarrassment. Now, when I got older, I had all these problems. And when I went inside and that particular instance popped up in front of me, you have a choice now. You can use revision, and revision does work. You can literally imagine a different circumstance because everything is a product of your imagination. So when you're younger, these things hit home because we just don't know any better. We're not educated. Schools don't teach us about the metaphysical, which they absolutely should, but they don't. So I'm here to tell you, you revise it. You imagine a different scenario. You imagine it happening completely different, okay? But you cannot do this unless you create the separation and provide the space for that pain to exist for you to then change it with your imaginative act. Do you understand? So as we are practicing revision, as we are doing this in our meditative state, you will feel the change of that experience. After that happens, it is none of your doing anymore. It is up to you to just drop it and let it go. Just frickin' let it go. Okay? Whoop, hit the camera, sorry. And then, since you are good at meditation, you can stay in that centered, neutral space. Then, guess what? Maybe something else pops up. Maybe something else from, say, your parents' childhood pops up. Because ancestral healing is a real thing. Okay? Now, I want to make this very clear. This spiritual community is absolutely freaking obsessed with manifesting and the law of attraction. That is completely different than what I'm talking about. I am talking about improving your energy, okay? So that when you actually do manifest and get all these things that you want because you truly become, you don't have this stuff holding you back from really enjoying your life, okay? There are too many people that I see, they brag so much about the money they've manifested. I manifested this amount of money. my gosh, and all my clients, and oh my God, this car, and oh my gosh, this person that I've been dreaming about forever. But you know what? It always freaking falls apart because they don't have the know of how to act as the person who really truly believes that they deserve this. Because look, manifesting and law of attraction can happen for you. It's happening right now. You're a master manifester. If you were not, you simply would not exist. Your whole entire existence is based around your manifestations, what you are attracting into your life. Now you could argue, well, if I am attracting these good things into my life, then I must not have any internal struggles. I must not have any, internal blocks, because God is all that is. I am all that is. I am that I am. You could argue that, but I have seen different in my coaching process. And the reason for that is because even though we are spiritual beings, this knowledge has not been around that long. And for most of us, we have only experienced the 3D reality. And we have to take that into account when we are going through this process. Very rarely do I come across somebody who it's easy for them to do this. It's easy for them to just wake up in the morning and be like, I am the fucking greatest of all time. And that's it, period. And they're done. And they are. And they get whatever they want. That's rare. Because the people that come to me for coaching, there's deeper issues involved. Maybe in their life, maybe in past lives, maybe in their parents or grandparents. Okay? All of that carries over. And let me check my notes. Okay, so we are experiencing, only, how do I say this? We are only ever experiencing that which we believe to be true. So if you go inside, that is the truth. Okay? Externally is not false, but potential reality. That's all. That's all. But inside is the truth. I have done ancestral healing and found out that there were ancestors in my past that were severely afraid of water. And I've always been super scared of the deep ocean. Not like swimming pools and stuff like that, but deep ocean. That's freaky to me. And in a way that is just like terrifying. Not like, oh, that's not for me. No, like terrifying. And I found that this would be a huge story if I told it. I'll make it short. Ancestors in my past had problems and it affected them throughout all of history. And it got to me and I'm the one that handled it. And this is what I want for you, because when you go inside and you create the separation around that pain, it has no power. You have all the power. But if you don't create that separation, it will control you forever. How many people do you know that they're financially well off, okay? And on the outside, it looks like, they're happy as hell. They have everything. Everything is provided to them. But you can tell on the inside they are literally dying. There is no love in them. You can see it. And I know you know people like this. And it's sad. This is one of the reasons why I used to beat myself up so much about this, of society's view of what it is to be successful. And when I realized that my whole life was gathering in internal success, that sense of love for not only myself, but the world. And being able to see people who are, evil and shed love on them, not have them affect me. Okay? That cannot be done by people who do not, do not handle their struggles. They're mad at their parents, they're mad at their friends, This instance happened to them, so now they live their life by it. But you know what? Now they have all the financial aid to put a Band-Aid on all of those problems because they are still living in this external world, which is a complete hologram, which is just a mass of potential realities waiting to happen. Okay? When we go inside and we handle these struggles, you become absolutely freaking invincible. When you begin to manifest and use the law of attraction in your advantage, to your advantage, it is so much freaking better. And I love this example right here because everybody wants this. Not working or working very little, hanging out on the beach, okay, with beautiful women or beautiful men, whoever you like, and it's just going to be so easy, not a care in the world. I have all the financial stability. I can do whatever I want. Okay? But you know what? Most of those people have completely denied their nutrition, their health, and their spirituality. Because I guarantee you, if you think that going places, having these experiences that are, rich and lavish, that's going to help you feel better, that's going to alleviate your pain, no, it's all going to be there. You have to create the separation around that pain through meditation and handle it through revision, which is my favorite way, or simply acknowledging it and stripping it of all its power. Because where you place your awareness, you also place your energy. And when you place your energy around something without the emotional response to it, it has no power over you and it will dissipate. Okay? This is freaking gold. I wish I would have known this like 20 years ago because, oh my God, I struggled so much. Every day was a struggle. I got sober. I used to drink a ton. I got sober. I started being healthy. Okay? I got, good money coming in. I'm doing my thing, but I was still pissed all the time. I was still angry. I still woke up in hell. Okay? I just felt like it was like an ongoing scream in my head, just constantly. When I found meditation and the ability to separate from this pain and create space around it, I watched it go away. Okay? And it will. And the more you create that space and you realize that these things are not a part of you, they have no power over you, that is when your life changes greatly. That is when you really start to make progress. And this is something, this hits home for me because this changed my life in ways that I can never even express, just epic ways. I am so happy that I'm not the person that I used to be. And I've transcended that simply from separating myself from it and acknowledging it. Some things I revised, some things I allowed to dissipate. Revision for me now happens in waking life because every once in a while, something will pop up that I haven't handled yet. It's a never-ending journey. Something will pop up and I'll stop and think, well, that's not how it happened. And I'll create a whole different scenario, just almost like a wacky idea. I will get creative with it. I won't care because everything we experience is that of our imagination anyway. So why not imagine it into your favored reality? Why not? It's that easy. So I don't know if I want to get into this in this video. I think I'll just say it. When you begin this work, the first thing you're going to have to get past to create that separation is your ego's ability to keep you safe. And it's up to you to not get mad. It's up, for you to not identify with your ego. It's up to you to understand that you are transcending it all. Pure consciousness is in no need of these things. When you become that, you can handle stuff, because you're not going to separate yourself, become pure consciousness, and then go into this 3D realm, okay, as like some spiritual being, just like, no, you're human. You're having a human experience. Don't forget that, okay? You have to take that into account. The human experience is something you need to take into account. Allow it to be. Allow your human experience to play out in front of you and expect the best. When you have blocks or things are not working, it's up to you to find out why. Maybe it won't be shown to you. Maybe your meditation that day will be just to ground you. That's it. That's what you needed. That is leaving it up to your higher faculties, to God, higher consciousness, to take the reins and do what needs to be done to help you live a better life. I want you to start learning about subconscious healing, about chakra healing. I want you to learn about who you are as a human, spiritually, not, biology, none of that, metaphysically. But don't deny your human existence. I think this is where, a lot of people get mixed up. They're like, I just want to meditate all day, and that's where I feel the best. I just feel like bliss, and I can attract all the good things to me. Yes, you are, but in your imagination, and that's cool, but you can't live there. You have to still be the human that you chose to be when coming down to have this experience. You have to still do that. So don't deny that. Use these tools to help you live a better human experience, because that's what you came here to do. Okay? Don't deny that. But incorporate both sides, because I promise you, I absolutely promise you, handle your internal shit and you will live a better life. If you don't, I've already told you that's what happens. Because everybody wants to either manifest money or people. That's what I hear the most of. That's what I hear the most of. Material things, or like a girlfriend or boyfriend. That's... Why are you denying yourself that? Or how do I explain? Why are you denying yourself a better life? If you handle your internal struggle as you go through waking life, these things present themselves. Okay? They will be there. Now, I want to drive this home with... I just want to prove this to you. And I used to teach a lot of men. I used to teach a lot of men dating. And I used to teach meditation as well. And I got into this through fitness coaching. I was a fitness coach for years. And it always came back to meditative practices, because in social life, in your fitness, in your nutrition, meditation helps you with these things. Okay? I'll give you an example. With fitness, when you're doing an exercise and you get to the end where it's very difficult and you can't do another one, your mind is the thing you're fighting, not your body. Okay? It's always the mind, because you'll be on that last repetition and you'll think, oh, that's it, I'm done. And you'll put the weight down because your mind told you to. When you begin meditating, you learn that that voice isn't you. And you can get more out of the exercise. Your body will do more because you didn't let that voice just rule you. Okay, so here's another example with being social. Let's say you want to manifest a person into your life. You manifest that person. You're out one day and there they are. Oh my God. That's the person I've been dreaming about. I manifested them. What are you going to do? Are you going to gawk at them and think, oh my gosh, I manifested them. Now what? Well, now that you've completely denied your human existence, you have no social skills. You don't know how to walk up and talk to any human being. And beyond that, what are you going to do if you even walk up and talk to them? I manifested you. You still have to take into account that you are human. You have skills in this human existence that you need to take care of. When it all comes back to the complete I am consciousness, that is what you get to when you meditate, so that you can do so many things. Ancestral healing, contact your spirit guides, okay? Manifest, change your vibration, raise your frequency. This is great. This is great stuff. And when you go inside and you start to place your awareness on each one of your chakras through a meditative state, you will learn more about yourself than you ever will. Ever will. And I know that from experience, because I ran away from myself for years. Traveling, hitchhiking, going to, oh my God, I freaking went to Europe with $2,000. I went to Europe, okay, now that was after plane ticket and everything. Went to Europe with $2,000. I stayed there for 3 months, and my $2,000 was gone the first month. And I hitchhiked, I played guitar on the street for money. I completely ran away from everything. I was like, oh, I'm finding myself. I'm gonna travel the world, I'm gonna find myself. And I'm not downplaying, it was freaking awesome. I had the time of my life. But you know what? I never found myself. Ever. I just went past myself. I just completely denied my true self. That's not truly finding yourself. Okay, I ran. I was running. I was doing everything I could to deny myself my true consciousness. And it worked. It worked. When I began meditating and I saw what was truly running me, not what I thought was running me. Oh, my parents did this to me. Oh, my friends did this to me. Oh, I grew up like that. Oh, I didn't have this. Oh. When I stopped all that bullshit, that 3D crap, that just narrow-minded thinking, and I actually separated from the pain and watched like a newborn child. Everything that was absolutely running me on a subconscious level, I began to completely change my life. That is the thing that helped me. That was groundbreaking for me. Groundbreaking. Many years ago, I was living in a shared living situation, and one of my roommates, this girl, she tried to explain to me that when she tried to meditate, it was so hard for her because she felt like she was in a hornet's nest. She said every time she closed her eyes, it felt like she was in a hornet's nest, and it was just static, and she couldn't keep her eyes closed, and it just snapped her out of it every time. And I had no idea how to help her. This was so long ago, I had no idea. But now I do know, and I'm going to share this with you. This is so powerful. If you close your eyes and it feels like that, like it's just like a hornet's nest, that is your cue to use another technique with your meditation, which is breath work. You have to up the ante. It's like in the gym, when the weight is too light, you have to add more weight. This is another, this ups the power of your meditation using breath work. And there's so many online, you can find so many. I recommend, just because of it's one of the best ones I've ever found, is Joe Dispenza's breath work it's basically Kundalini, okay? You're raising your vibration. You're moving prana from the base of your spine to the top of your head, okay? As you move this energy, things open up, okay? Because it's not static anymore. You need to move and break this energy, and the breath does this. The breath is so powerful. I know you've heard of Wim Hof. Wim Hof, come on. This man climbed Mount Everest freaking barefoot. Go watch the videos of him doing this. The way he was able to do this and survive is through breath work. And if you've never tried it, man, it is crazy powerful. It is crazy. At first you're like, you're just breathing and you're like, what the hell is this doing? This is weird. I'm going to have like I'm going to have like a asthmatic fit or something. Like, what am I doing? But you just got to stay in that neutral space. And as you progress through your breathing exercises and you learn that the breath is the life, you can use this breath to move energy. You can use it to manipulate your body. You incorporate that with Dr. Joe Dispenza's. He has a technique where you squeeze your perineum and your lower abdomen. You know, you like squeeze your ass and you like push from your tailbone all the way up your spine to the top of your head. You push that prana, and it's a workout. It's a workout. It's a little difficult at first. Like, you have to really give it your all. You got to really give it your all. It's not just a 4 seconds in, 4 seconds out. Calm down. No, this is using the breath in a specific way to change your freaking life. And if I could go back in time and tell her about these breath techniques, I guarantee it would help her. I know it would. I know it would, because it helped me. A lot of my clients come to me and they're already super deep in the Dispenza cult. Not talking smack on him. I love Dr. Joe. But when they have that ability to do these exercises, you know, correctly, with correct form, and they're doing it every day, what happens is they turn their life around in ways that they had never thought possible. And what I'm talking about is, you can sit there and be like, oh, I need to handle these traumas. Little Timmy pushed me down the stairs. I was so embarrassed. I remember that in 3rd grade. It sucked. You can sit there and dread it, you know, and think, oh, that's the one that I need to focus on. Well, that one that you're focusing on is the one that's going to rule you forever. And guess what? When you go into your meditation to try to handle that, that's not the one that's going to pop up. There's going to be other ones, because you don't know. You don't know. Your physical body is so freaking limited. So limited. When you go inside, all the answers are there. And that is your higher self. That is your higher power. That is your higher consciousness. That is where you will make the change. And then in waking life, when you are affirming your I am, it is so much easier. It feels right. Okay? I know that you've been struggling with this, because I struggle with this. Looking yourself in the mirror and saying, I love you. You are great. You are perfect. And hearing the negative beliefs pop up every time I said one of those things. It was like I couldn't get it to stick. And it's because the internal struggle was not handled. There are pain bodies that you need to focus on and let them release. It's like with your physical body. If you have a knot in your back, okay, you have to focus on it and allow it to release. You massage it out. Myofascial release. And then it dissipates. But you have to put pressure and allow it to dissipate. Okay? And the pressure in the metaphysical world is your awareness. You place your awareness with the separation behind it, and it has nothing. It has no control. This trauma, this pain body, this thing that has been controlling you forever has no control anymore. And you can literally watch it dissipate. And as it dissipates, you can revise it. Here's what I do. Little Timmy pushed me down the stairs. Instead of me falling on my ass and everybody pointing and laughing at me, he pushed me, but I did a front flip. And I did like a freaking somersault on the ground and popped right back up. And I was a little badass. And everybody was like, oh, holy shit. That's what happened. That's what happened. That is revision. I was pushed down the stairs, but I recovered. Just like a freaking ninja. because I'm a badass. That's what you can do in meditation. In waking life, you can try to do that, but that's where people get hung up on the crazy robotic affirmations, constantly telling themselves, constantly reminding themselves. This is kind of grinding gears against the process. You just don't have to do that. Okay? I think we got a leaf blower going. I'm in this video. Thank you for showing up to the Tower of Light. I'm Dre. If you want coaching, in the description, there's a free meditation there as well. It will help you get into that centered space. That is the first step to you becoming greatness. Peace, my friend.